universal, so it'll be, we'll kind of go over all of that. So anyway, the first one, probably your standard one, is an over-under, okay? So everything you know about over-under is wrong, okay? We get here and we control here, okay? The actual control is being done with the elbows here, okay? So he starts to move around, okay? My control is here on the elbows, okay? This is just to lock it in, okay? Pinching here. So if I can get this one long and get this one short here like this controls his shoulder, his underarm, and my chest control his ability to move. So he can't go up because my arm is here. He can't go down because my arm is here. And then he can't twist side to side because this one is here and this one is here, and the elbows are pinching in. Make sense? Okay, now if I'm lazy right here, he can just grab a thumb post and put that in, okay? So what I wanna do is I wanna take this up to the esophagus if I can get it here, okay? I don't wanna be in the middle here, I wanna be, so the elbow is over. It doesn't have to be over super far, but if I get my armpit over his shoulder, that's super good, okay? Now the thing that locks everything in is the head position, okay? So with my head position, that gives me extra reinforcement to stop his head from moving. My head is back here, his head can ding dong, move all over the place, okay? My head comes down in here, it's gonna be a lot harder for him to get this head moving. Because what happens is when the head is loose, that allows the shoulders to be loose, which allows the hips to be loose, which allows him to start making space and getting out. Make sense? Okay? So again, we're controlling with our elbows, we're grabbing the over under, we're pulling it up as high as we can get it. Now he tries to get a thumb post in there, a little bit harder. Make sense? Okay? And then I put my head in there and I fill up as much space as possible. Now, the key to controlling this position is real estate, okay? I want as much real estate as this hand is gonna be overexposed, right? So what I want you to do is pull this back. And now you have a tight grip, right? So just, instead of having your elbow all the way in here, just use your forearm. That's as good as anything. It's still between my elbows, technically. It's just not between my elbows like this. So I'm here, 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 and now I have a strong over-under. This is pulled into my body, which makes it very strong, right? The more separated I am from my body, the weaker my grips are. The tighter my elbow is on my own body, the better off I am, right? So like how I showed it here is kind of misleading. That's not exactly where you'll be. You'll be more like right here. That way I can hide the hand, so when he pulls that top arm off, I can attack at the bottom, right? Otherwise, I would just leave, I would leave it here like this, but then I just switch the long arm and the short arm, okay? And I make sure my shoulder is on the outside of his shoulder, blocking him from turning any further, right? And then what I'll do is I'll start chasing the back again so that I can get back in to the over and under. Make sense? Mm-hmm. One more time.
Can you do it in slow-mo when you catch him?
Okay, so he starts to misalign.
I see.
Okay, slow.
Yeah, no, it's because I want to see at what point did he switch the grip, and it's basically
back. Otherwise, I never want to see you over here like this. This is an easy escape. Okay? The opposite of that is to come under and get in between the elbows. Right? This is really good for control. Okay? I can go chest to chest if you're a little bit bigger. I can go S grip. Okay? If I'm a little longer, I can go wrist grips. Okay? This actually feels pretty good. Now it's really hard for him to escape. Okay? If he goes left and right. Okay? Now if he goes down, he tries to go down. This is pretty good to keep him from going down. I have two. Right? Which way am I not blocking? Up. Okay? So I have to be a little careful with that. My head will be in the way, but I can't let him get too far high. Grips here and here and here. Okay? I can also go wrist controls. Okay? I can do a combination of wrist control and shoulder control. I can do double shoulder control. Okay? Any one of these grips is great here. Whichever one you feel more akin to. Okay? I don't care one way or another. If you want to have both hands, one hand, grip, okay? Either way, you have double underhooks and you're controlling the partner. Make sense? I would like you to play around with all of them, okay? That doesn't mean you have to do all of them, but just test them out and try to do that thing where you get as much real estate as possible. Okay, so I'm here. Real estate, pinched elbows, he starts to move around. Okay, I stay nice and tight. Okay, that was that. Let's try this one. Moves around, my elbows are tight. Okay, I don't want to get out here, right? I want to keep them tight to the body here. Okay, boom, boom. You could even do this. Boom, 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 boom. Make sense? Okay, rear body lock. And then next, we're going to talk about the rear body lock from the turtle. Okay, but that's sort of its own thing, so I'm going to give it a couple of things. So, okay, I'll do the ones from here first, and then we'll do the turtle ones. Okay, basic seat belt, long arm, short arm between the elbows. Get to control, get to the esophagus, head position, deep breath, and melted cheese. Perfect pressure everywhere. Okay. Secondary one from here is the shoulder grip. Okay. Control on this side, control on this side. This is really good for control. Not quite as good for attacking, but not bad for attacking, right? If I'm going to switch to here, it's not too far away. This is a little faster and a little better, and this is easier to get into, right? When I get in here, then I have to switch to here most likely. You could get here, but most likely you'll get here first, and then you switch to here once you get a little bit of control. Okay? Seatbelt and the palm-to-palm seatbelt. Make sense? Okay? From here, we didn't really talk about like rear naked grip, which is another control, but this is more of an attacking control instead of control, so we'll get into that later. Okay? Let's see. The reverse seatbelt, okay, when they start to slip out, so you get to here, and we get that pressure on that arm here, almost like a head and arm choke. It'll stop them in their tracks. We can switch to rotolitines, which we'll go into in the coming weeks, or you can use it to just get back onto the back, right? Follow them, kind of dive over them if you have to, knee under their body and roll, okay? So, seatbelt, reverse seatbelt, okay? Body lock, okay? Basic body lock, big guy body lock, little guy body lock, okay? Double hands body lock, shoulder in hand, double shoulder. Make sense? Okay, so those are all the body locks. Let's go after turtle. Okay, we have our over and under here. Okay, my head down close to his, putting all that pressure on. Right, I don't want to be over committed to it because then if he gets his butt in the air, I slip off. Right, so be conservative unless you're taking the back and you're doing the technique that actually gets you there. Right, don't put all your weight up here because it's going to be super easy for him to just lift his butt in the air. Okay, so there was that one. Then the body lock one, okay, where I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna try to sit up and stand here. So I put the weight on his hands and I get that weight across. My head is on the opposite side. I'm on my toes and I'm driving and trying to pull him down, okay? Then there's the tight waist, shallow and deep. The tight waist, come over, okay? Now I can start to pull him onto the side. If he's gonna do the fat man roll, I may switch to a shallow one, pull him onto his side, and start to attack from here. Last but not least, spiral ride or thigh pry and claw. Okay, spiral ride, weight on him, start to rotate his hips, pull him down. Okay, even better, spiral ride and claw, start to work him off to the side, and then we attack. Make sense? Questions on any of this? I reach through here and I put that weight on him here and make him carry me, right? And start to break him down to a hip and get my attacks going, okay? So I'm reaching on the inside of the thigh and I'm hooking, okay? And then as I start to circle, I start to put him down on his hip, okay?
What do you feel stronger with, Coach? That or
the tight waist?
The spiral, yeah.
The spiral for control, the tight waist is good, but I would rather have a spiral. It's a deeper grip, and I can get my weight on it. With this one here, I don't have as much.
So you gotta really.
Yeah, it's great for controlling them a little bit.
But right there, you kind of
yeah. So if you can't get the thigh pry or the tight waist, you can always switch to the shallow. Okay. And then the claw is just up and in here. Okay. I can get this without the thigh pry, but it works much better if I get the thigh pry and then the claw, and now I can run him down here and start attacking from here. Make sense? Okay, so let's review everything we went over.